What's going on, guys? It's Grand here with another video for you. Recently, I deleted my dating apps from my phone. The Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, and Facebook dating. Those are pretty much the biggest ones out there. And, it's where you're swiping left or right based on a picture that pops up and, how attractive you think that person is. These apps started with, like, Tinder mainly back in the day. I feel like it's been, like, almost a decade ago at this point. And it's crazy how time flies, right? But, man, these apps, in my opinion, have really changed dating in a fundamental way, where now the, necessity of going out and finding someone, it's kind of gone to the wayside. So it kind of got me thinking, you see this sort of trend with, a lot of life since the dawn of the smartphone, right? Where everything is just becoming a lot more isolationist somehow. Like, everything can be ordered online now. Any kind of good you want, you can get from Amazon or whatever. Even if you want food delivered, now you can order DoorDash and never even have to see the person, really. And now it's even dating is kind of gone down that road of just sitting back and browsing a catalog of people and choosing sort of just from that place of security, that far back place, right? So everything is becoming so neatly packaged and kind of controlled. And I guess that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit in this video today. I don't know if this is my main point, but I wonder how much of life is being diluted by all this. You see, it used to be when you wanted something, you had to go to the mall or to the store or something to get it, whether it was a video game or even just something a button broke on your jacket. So now you got to go see the tailor, right? You wanted a book, you'd have to go to the bookstore. And, in doing so, you would need to get up, you need to get your clothes on, you grab a shower, get in your car, and you'd start interacting with life. You see, what I'm saying, you need to make an effort to make some stuff happen. And what we've kind of forgotten about the way things used to be is all the benefits of that kind of lifestyle. You'd see people along the way, right, when you were leaving your house. Not that people don't leave their house ever anymore, they still do, but it's just it's less, right? You get the fresh air, you go to the mall, you see some cute girls, and you wonder oh, who's that? Maybe somebody you've never seen before. These things start they start turning gears in your head. You go to the bookstore and you're surrounded by books, and it's fun to browse, and it's got that smell to it, the new book smell. I don't really see a whole lot of bookstores anymore. I guess there's still the standalone Barnes and Noble here and there, but it used to be bookstores in the mall. That stuff was pretty cool. You see the people working behind the counter. You think dang, this guy probably really likes books, or this lady looks like she reads a lot of books. Maybe you meet a girl at the bookstore and you strike up a conversation, oh, she reads books, so she's probably more your type. You'd go to the like I was saying earlier, the tailor, because you rip some sleeve or something, and you go there and you make a little relationship with the tailor, and you see all this machinery that maybe you're not familiar with, that the stuff that mends the clothes. Maybe you learn a little bit, and maybe there's someone else there, and you talk to them for a bit, somebody that you wouldn't otherwise have met, and maybe it turns out that was a good person to meet because, I don't know, they can help you on your life path somehow. The point is, there just used to be so much more life to life in a way, I think, and we're moving into this new isolationist lifestyle where everything is being sent to us and we're moving from the real world into life being just a series of different apps. And people wonder why mental illness and sadness and obesity and things like that are just on the rise. Our lifestyles have become so unnatural. And I feel it was a slow creep too. This was done in the name of convenience. Apparently we wanted it because of convenience, I suppose. I wonder if we really wanted it, or if it was sort of seeded onto us, sort of pushed onto us in a way. Obviously it is largely our doing, that we've kind of accepted it. And I still, I use these things every now and then. They are convenient, but what I've noticed about people is like if you present something abnormal to them, but frame it as a normal thing that everyone else is doing, then you're likely to kind of get a lot of people to just go on board and go along with it. It just seems like sort of the nature of people. There appears to me to be like a plan. You don't want to say the agenda word maybe, but sometimes it seems like there's an agenda to like digitalize and control and track everything to a greater and greater degree. And it's just funny to me how we seem to be like moving right along that track. So what is the point of all this? I'm talking about. The point is that I think we should be really wary of what phones and all these applications and this new digital age is doing to us, like in our species as a whole, like mentally, physically. We need to analyze kind of where this is all headed, and if it appears to be going to a place that will be like enjoyable to live in as a human being. I guess that's what I'm saying. Don't be, so quick to outsource everything in your life to technology. Like keep a little bit of the analog world alive here, man. Go out, go do things with real people if possible. Like look around you and see, like, is there a clothing store nearby? Is there a bookstore around? Like somewhere you can go and in person and just be around people a little bit, where you can, be a little bit social. We're social creatures after all. And being out and about, being around other people, it almost signals to your body, like, okay, like I'm not in prison, right? We're kind of putting ourselves in prison, in this like voluntary self-made prison around ourselves, just in our houses everywhere, getting meals sent to us, right? There has to be some like great irony there, that in the name of betterment and progress, we've slowly just built up walls around ourselves and kind of cut off some of the fundamental joys of being human, which is the real tactile reality. Like we are trading the real world for looking into a screen. And I enjoy it myself. I enjoy it. I do these things. I like playing video games and Elden Ring, and I like watching like good stuff. But I think, we got to figure out how to moderate it a little bit. Like, think about that honestly. Like, ask how many hours per day do we spend looking into screens all day? Like, it's honestly kind of absurd. And we used to barely do it at all before this like digital age. Like, human beings were not. There were no screens. Like, we didn't evolve, or whatever, if you will, with screens in mind. Like, this was just something that's like a blink of an eye in human history, and now we're on it all day long. But yeah, man, phones have just changed everything, and I think we need to start having like real conversations about how to manage technology in a way where we're benefiting from it, but we're keeping our human experience intact. Why are we like just electing to live like this, just sitting in a box, staring at a screen, having food delivered to you twice a day sometimes maybe, or something? What kind of life is that? Like, we're like some kind of like, we're like a scared animal or something that just wants to like live under the table. Like, what has scared us so much about the real world that we're just sort of ready to leave it behind completely? It's very strange, right? And we're the first people to really be like hit by this wave, right, of technology, like potentially of all the human beings in history. And we really need to start to think of life like, okay, like this is cool. I'm happy we have the option for all this. I'm happy we have the option for all this convenience, but like, let's just not forego all of life for it, right? Like, it's like when you get some addiction that is so strong, you just start neglecting parts of your life. Like, you play a video game that's like so addicting, you start like not even wanting to like go like to the restroom or something, right? Like, you just have to realize at some point, like, hey, this is fun, but it's not everything. It needs to have a appropriate place. So let's get out there in the real world, guys. Let's start like socializing. Let's use the technology as a tool. Let's go for some walks. Let's look at the sky a little bit. Use your body. Use your eyes. Have a little late night cigar or something just away from the technology, and just kind of reflect and sit back and just like relax a little bit and take note of your life. Take inventory. There used to be like so much more of that. There used to be so much more silent time for reflection. And I think that's natural. I think we need that time for our brains to just sort of defrag and process everything that's happened to us throughout the day, so that we're like ready for the next day. We need that time. The farther we stray from nature, the more and more like confused and disoriented we're gonna become. So, I know a lot of this channel is like probably just people trying to like better themselves, might be some gamers and stuff, but let's just kind of, I'm not saying we got to become Luddites or something, but let's just kind of maybe start to set down the phone just a little more and see that there's like a lot more to life. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. That's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed. It was nice to talk with you guys again. Let me know what you think, and please like and subscribe and share. But it was fun talking with you guys for a little bit. Adios.